In December 2008, a storm swept through Wall Street and beyond as a name synonymous with trust and investment success became tied to an unimaginable betrayal. Bernie Madoff, former chairman of NASDAQ and a revered figure in the financial world, was finally unmasked as the mastermind behind the largest Ponzi scheme in history. He swindled an estimated $65 billion from unsuspecting investors, leaving a trail of devastation that gripped the globe. But amid the chaos, a chilling mystery remains. $17 billion of investors' money simply vanished without a trace. Where did it go? What secrets did Madoff conceal, and could they unravel the very nature of trust in the financial system? This tantalizing question lingers, challenging everything we thought we knew about one of the most sensational frauds in financial history. The tale of Bernie Madoff is not merely about a Ponzi scheme. It's a dramatic saga steeped in illusion and deception that ensnared both the wealthy elite and the everyday investor. Madoff, through sheer charisma and cunning, crafted an empire that enticed thousands with promises of consistent, high returns, creating a fade of security in an inherently risky market. As the years passed, Madoff's clients believed they were safeguarding their financial futures, unaware that behind his polished exterior lay a labyrinth of deceit that would lead to catastrophic financial ruin. When Madoff was arrested, a shocking reality struck. Billions in investments had evaporated, yet a staggering $17 billion remained unaccounted for. How was this possible, and where did the money disappear? The illusion of security. To understand the scope of Madoff's betrayal, we must first acknowledge the world he created, a world where trust was paramount. For decades, Madoff cultivated relationships with investors, treating them not just as clients but as extended family. He was the man who could do no wrong. His reputation was built on an unshakable promise of financial security. Madoff's operation was characterized by a clever illusion. Where numbers painted a rosy picture of success, he consistently reported profits, enticing investors with promises of stable returns, even during market downturns. While he expertly maintained the fade, what his clients didn't realize was that he was not investing their money at all. Instead, Madoff used new investors' funds to pay returns to earlier investors. A classic Ponzi scheme structure that requires a constant influx of new money to sustain. As the financial crisis of 2008 unfolded and panic rippled through the markets, investors rushed to withdraw their funds. It was at this moment that the house of cards began to collapse. Madoff was facing an insurmountable crisis, with no new money coming in to sustain the operation. The day of reckoning had finally arrived, exposing the flimsy nature of his empire and the devastating reality that accompanied. The noose tightens. The fallout from Madoff's arrest was immediate and far-reaching. Billions were gone, and countless lives were shattered. Among the victims were charitable organizations, schools, and individuals who had entrusted their entire life savings to Madoff. These stories of loss painted a grim picture of the human cost of Madoff's deceit, making the subsequent search for the missing $17 billion all the more urgent. Investigators quickly descended on Madoff's office, sifting through mountains of financial documents in search of answers. It became clear that the situation was far more intricate than anticipated. The sheer volume of contradictions and dubious transactions raised eyebrows, leading investigators to believe that the vast network of deceit extended far beyond Madoff himself. As the dust settled, the magnitude of the devastation emerged. Families lost homes, charities went bankrupt, and faith in the financial system dwindled. The veil of respectability that Madoff had maintained began to lift, revealing the depth of his betrayal. Every day, new details emerged, complicating an already convoluted narrative and leaving investigators scrambling for clarity in a tangled web of misinformation. The missing billions, intrigued by the intricate labyrinth of deceit and financial manipulation, investigators intensified their efforts to trace the whereabouts of the missing $17 billion. As they meticulously examined the extensive paper trail, they uncovered a complex network of suspicious transactions, shell corporations, and offshore accounts strategically designed to conceal the true flow of funds. Each new discovery revealed another layer of secrecy, suggesting a level of sophistication far beyond a simple fraud scheme. As evidence continued to accumulate, investigators began to suspect that Bernard Madoff might not have acted alone. Instead, the findings pointed toward the possibility of a far-reaching conspiracy involving multiple individuals and entities working together to sustain one of the largest financial deceptions in history. As inquiries deepened, some suggested that insider knowledge and complicity were involved. High-profile figures began to loom larger in the investigation, individuals who had benefited from Madoff's scheme but had remained silent. This repulsive possibility raised critical questions. How far up the financial ladder did the conspiracy go? Were there others who had knowingly ignored the warning signs in exchange for their luxurious lifestyles? Every new discovery led to more questions than answers. Reports emerged of prominent investors who had quietly exited Madoff's scheme just before the scandal broke. Their motivations and potential involvement in Madoff's deception echoed throughout the financial community like a chilling specter. What was left was a haunting narrative woven with betrayal, greed, and questions that challenged our understanding of the very system that governs our economy. The final reckoning, as investigators closed in, they found themselves at a critical juncture. The labyrinthine pathways of financial dealings led them to overseas accounts and hidden assets, possibly containing the missing billions. The discovery of these accounts opened a Pandora's box of intrigue. Could it be that the $17 billion was hidden in plain sight, accessible only through an intricate dance of deception? Amidst the turmoil, the legal consequences began to unfold. Madoff's family faced scrutiny, and high-profile clients were drawn into the fray, igniting a whirlwind of litigation that would last years. Survivors of the scheme sought justice, hoping to recover what they had lost. Yet for many, the emotional scars ran deeper than any financial loss. Their faith in the system was irrevocably shattered. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. But the mystery of the missing $17 billion loomed larger than ever. The possibility of unraveling a conspiracy that reached far beyond Madoff himself painted a daunting picture for investigators. Could they bring the truth to light, or would the secrets of the wealthy and powerful once again slip through the cracks? As we reflect on the dark legacy of Bernie Madoff's scheme, we must confront the profound questions it raises about trust, ethics, and accountability. The disappearance of $17 billion not only represents financial loss, but serves as a testament to the fragility of the systems we rely on for stability. The haunting image of Madoff, a man who once embodied the American dream, transformed into a symbol of deception, remains etched in our collective consciousness. In the aftermath of this scandal, the lessons are clear. Vigilance and transparency are paramount in safeguarding against such betrayal. As we look towards the future, we must ask, what other secrets lie buried in our financial systems, waiting to be uncovered? The story of Bernie Madoff is far from over. The final chapters remain unwritten, echoing a cautionary tale that continues to resonate in our lives today.